you who hated pink, you now like pink. Why is that not okay? Why can't we expand our horizons? Why can't we change our minds? I mean, really. Like, really. I mean, really. Hello. I've made videos, but I've yet to upload a video to YouTube in about 9 months. So here I am. And we're going to actually, so you can't even see the last video that I posted, but it was about change and the beauty of change and embracing change. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Ironic. I feel like as a Taurus, I'm bred to resent change. And for most of my life, I had so much change that was out of my control that I think as I got older, I just started to accept change and accept the fact that things will always change. Um, and as of recent years, I have realized that even just like the changing of our minds, like deciding one day that you like something and the next day that you don't, is totally okay. And I am providing a safe space for everyone to change. Like, I genuinely don't think that I'm the person I was last year. I don't think I was the person I was in the video 9 months ago. I don't think I was the person I was 2 weeks ago. Maybe even yesterday. Maybe even earlier this morning. Like, I think as humans, we need to take advantage of the fact that everything is ever changing, but also the fact that because there's so much to learn and keeping an open mind, you can change the way you see the world, yourself, others, and it makes it like a breeding ground for evolution in your soul, in your human life. And, I truly believe that we came here to learn, to experience everything that we can. So it's like when people say, oh, this happened to me. No, it happened for you to take this and learn something from it. So, like, for example, it'd be weird to hear me say something like, oh, everything happens for us when I've had such horrible things happen in my life. My mom dying. I don't know, I said my mom. It 333 right when I said that. Okay. My mother dying, my best friend dying, um, among a lot of other things that we'll get into on this channel. um, Neglect, abuse, addiction, all of the above. And I took those experiences and learned from them and took them as okay, there's something here that maybe I don't understand right now. I remember I wrote my mother's eulogy basically, that I read at her service. And in it, I said something along the lines of, you know, I know everything happens for a reason, but I have yet to understand the lesson here. Um, 2 years later, 2 years and 2 months later, um, I know the lesson. And in life, we can all go through similar things, but we don't always deal with them the same way. That's why some people go through the same thing multiple times, just with different people. Like, for instance, like an abusive boyfriend or a toxic relationship. Like, you can see the pattern of them going through it a few times because they didn't learn the lesson the first time. And I thought we were talking about change, but now we're talking about lessons. So, all right. uh, so, with things changing, so like a situation that happened 5 years ago, you may have in that moment thought of what the lesson might have been, or, felt a way about the situation. Maybe you held a lot of anger or whatever it was. And then as time goes on and you change and your views change, your perceptions, you see it differently. So it also goes into the whole like everything is temporary thing, which can be, I guess, taken as a bad thing. Think of, I try not to think of anything as good or bad, black and white, because that's just not how it is. Um, but like, so when you're down in the dumps, you're down bad. That is temporary. But also when you're really high and you're really happy and everything's going great, that's also temporary. Um, the pain is a the pain is temporary, so is the happiness. Unless you realize that happiness is not something to achieve, which no one's going to be happy all the time, but happiness is a choice. So like you wake up in the morning and you have to go to work and you hate your coworkers, you hate your job, and you're already unhappy and you haven't even had your coffee yet. How about instead you think, oh, well, how about I just change my attitude about this? I'm going to work and I'm making money and I'm good at my job. So those are two things to be happy about, things to look at on the brighter side of things. There are situations or circumstances in our lives that we don't have control over, things that we can change eventually, but maybe right now we can't. And I know personally, and decent amount of people in my life that are dealing with the same thing where they're not exactly where they want to be. Guess what? The good news is that everything always changes. And a lot of times, in my experience, the changes aren't in the beginning, they aren't what I want or what I wanted or thought that it would be, right? So I just totally lost my train of thought. It ends up being that the change was good. Sometimes we just have to find that perception change or perspective change and look at it in a different way. So let's say, I can't think of it. So let's say you lose a friend, not to death or anything. Um, a friend that you had for so long, you have so much history together, and something or someone separates you guys. You're no longer friends. Something happened between you two. You're hurt. You're sad. Sometimes losing a friend is worse than a breakup, honestly. But then you have some time to think about it and heal and kind of like when we're in a situation, there's no clarity. There's no clarity. There's no logical thinking. It's just emotions, right? So when we're separated from a situation for long enough, we can have that clarity and look at it from a totally different view. And you'll realize, okay, someone that was my true friend wouldn't have done that, or my true friend would still be here because they're a true friend, right? So, in the long term of that drastic change that broke your heart and you thought it was the end of the world, da 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 da, turns out that you realize my camera stopped recording for a second. You turn around and you're like, wow, but I gained myself. Because with having a fake friend that you pour yourself into like that, and then to lose them and realize, step back and realize, wow, they weren't actually my friend. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened. So that happened for a reason. We were separated for a reason. And a lot of something just came into my head. You have to make room to receive. Does that make sense? So, they say, I'm going to say God, but you can use whatever. I'm spiritual. It's just a easier term. So God takes people out of our life for reasons because he has better things to offer us. He has better things. And you can't have that better thing with that not so good thing. in your life. Does that make sense? So that's change. That's a example of a change that is good, even if in the beginning it doesn't seem that way. You know, most people do not like change. Change in routine. I mean, we'll get into this, but my ADHD could not handle that a month or two ago. My schedule was changed even slightly, and I went into a spiral. So, things like that, I can understand why people don't like change. My whole thing is that we are here on this earth for however long we're here for. We have no idea. We have no way of knowing, or you can find out. People know those things, but I would not want to know. I would just want to live until I die. So, yeah. But so, we're here. We may as well make the most of the situations that we're in. And unfortunately, yes, there's a lot of things that we can't change. There are also so many things that we can change. You could change the breakfast that you eat every single you eat the same breakfast every day. Okay, switch it up. That's a cool change that you can do. I just made myself giggle. I'm sorry. Um, but like change doesn't have to be so scary. I'm going to let you in on a little something. I really hope my voice doesn't sound atrocious because I'm hearing it through my ears and it doesn't sound so good. I'm getting over being sick, okay? So now I don't know what I was saying. Oh, God, why do I have to distract myself like that? What was I saying? Oh, I'm going to let you in on a little something. From the end of 2020 till now, I'm going to count for you how many different living situations I was in. Okay, that's what? Almost 4 years? Not even. It's not even 4 years. It's like 3 years. So in 3 years, this is okay. 10. I've moved 10 times in 3 years. And for the average person, that's a little crazy. For me, now that I'm stationary and I'm set, locked in to one place, I'm getting a little anxious. Like I'm getting a little antsy. Like, okay, when are we going? When are we, I just today, actually, speaking of change, I just changed my entire setup of my room. I mean, for the most part, like my bed's in a different position. Everything is cleared out. The stagnant energy that was sitting in this room is gone now. Thank God. But again, like I was going crazy because there was just not enough change happening. I have my job, it's consistent, just like the routine of things, it feels like the days are passing by and like nothing new is happening. And that's where change can be on our side. Like we can take advantage of the fact that, oh, we do have the power to change little things like that. Like change your room around, change your outfit, change the way that you wear your makeup, your hair. Change your diet, change your workout plan, change your diaper. I'm a little delirious right now, guys. I'm sorry. I'm still getting over being sick. If I didn't say it for the 7th time this video, I can't even speak. Does that make sense? I just think that, yes, change is scary, but I also think that it's something that we need to not only just accept. Acceptance is key, but we need to embrace it because things in life do get a little stagnant, a little yucky when they're the same for too long. And not to mention, again, who knows, but for all we know, we have one life, right? We're here to experience and learn as much as physically possible while we're here. When you do the same thing every single day, when you live in the same place for your whole life, when you are around the same people your entire life, when you listen to the same music your entire life, when you're into the same things, when you're not trying new things, when you're not meeting new people, when you're not traveling or getting outside of your comfort zone, which I've said this before and I'll say it again, our comfort zone is not even really that comfortable. Okay? It's like a false comfort, in my opinion. Maybe my comfort zone is not very comfortable, but I don't know. I just think we should take advantage of the fact that we're here and change is going to happen no matter what. Like that is the one constant in life is change. Life is ever changing. Again, the whole, I don't know if I mentioned it. I think my camera died before. I don't know, whatever. The whole changing your mind aspect. So, I have a hard time posting on YouTube. Like I have filmed many videos since 9 months ago, which you can't even see those videos. They're not public. But I have a hard time posting the videos because if I wait too long, like okay, let's say I actually have two videos that I filmed and edited like last month or like up to 2 months ago, like a month and a half ago that I was so proud of and I didn't post them. Why? Because I waited too long and I no longer agreed with the things I was saying. Okay, so like this video, I'm going to edit this and I have to post it right away or I'm not going to post it. Because also another issue, see I can't just say what I need to say. I have to interrupt myself, whatever. Another project I'm working on, I'm having a hard time because again, as time goes on, my views change, my mind just changes, and that's not a bad thing. But some people, especially the people who do not like change or will resent change in their own lives and in other people, they won't allow other people to change their minds and this, that, and the third. That is like the one thing that I just it 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 bothers me because okay, I woke up this morning with whatever a view of the whole thing is like okay, you wake up in a bad mood and you can change that. So that's a good change that people will be like, "Oh, good for you. Congratulations." But if you like something or you want to do something with someone, let's say a friend, like you want to go bowling because you like bowling, and then all of a sudden you decide, I don't want to go. I really don't enjoy bowling, and I'm not going to enjoy going. Now they're mad at you, but it's like, why can't we just be able to change our minds? Our minds are ever changing. If I say something right now, I may not mean it in an hour. And I know that that sounds like it could potentially be effed up, but that is the point of being human is expanding and being able to feel whatever way we want to feel or think whatever way we want to think, especially when we learn more things, our minds change. So we could feel a way about, I'm trying to think of like something. I'm trying to think of something over here. It's not really working out. So let's say, that's like a bad example. Okay, let's use this like most simplest example. Let's say you hate the color pink I really wasn't even thinking about the fact that I'm wearing pink right now. You hate the color pink, okay? You've trashed your siblings for wearing pink. You make fun of people when they wear pink. You hate it. You just do not like the color. The next day your friends see you and you're wearing a pink sweatshirt. What are they going to think of you? They're going to be, what are you doing? You are such a hypocrite. Maybe that's not the right word. Well, I think it is. Whatever. But how about that person, you, who hated pink, you now like pink? Why is that not okay? Why can't we expand our horizons? Why can't we change our minds? I mean, really. Like, really. I mean, really. Just really. Like, we well, the whole thing, then that's a whole nother video. But like, we shouldn't care what people think and just live your freaking life because we're all gonna die, and who the hell cares if Janice doesn't like the fact that you just changed your mind of how you feel about her as a friend? Sorry. Things change, sweetheart. And that is beautiful. Change is beautiful. Think of changing seasons. I mean, fall. I'm not really too happy about the fact that I'm using my ring light. I would like some natural sun. But because of the change in seasons, the sun is down by 5. Actually 4:30, and I feel it's 6:20 right now, and I feel like it's midnight. So I will be going to bed soon. Regardless, change is all around us, and I think people not only have to accept change in their own lives, but accept change in others. Like, accept that people can change their mind. They could change their, what is it? You could change your mind, you could change your clothes, you could change your mind, that's just the way it goes. You can, na na na, you could say hello. Miley! Bro, I knew that. I picked a good one from age 7, bro. She's been my girly, and that is so true. That is what I live by. Thank you, Miley. I didn't even think of that until I thought of it. This is just kind of a little jump back into YouTube, and yeah. So I'm going to make lots more videos. I'm going away in less than 2 weeks, and I'm going to film all of that and make videos while I'm down there too. So, so yeah, I really hope, I'm a bit of a train wreck when I speak because it's just like the thoughts want to come out faster than I can get them out. My mind is going faster than my mouth can move. Hence me interrupting myself about 12 times. I hope you get the point. And the point is basically just that change is inevitable, and you're only going to suffer if you resist it. Your choice. If you want to live your life suffering because you can't accept that, oh my god, everything is changing all the time. Well, get used to it, sweetheart, because it's not going to change. The one thing about change, it's not going to change. It's always going to change. Does that make sense? Well, I hope it did, because that's the end of the video, and I'm leaving you with that little bit of wisdom. I tell people I have gray hair because I'm so wise. Really just genetics, Or, I don't know, who knows? Who cares? Okay, and that is all. Thank you. Why does my arm look like that? Thank you for watching. I feel like a broadcaster with this teeny tiny little microphone. Regardless, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, comment, like, whatever you want to do. I'm not pressuring you to do anything. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. I used to do this when I was literally 10 years old making YouTube videos. Bye. So I'm just gonna it flows, so I'm gonna stick with it, okay? Bye.